25 intriguing facts. 1. According to popular legend, coffee was first discovered by a goat herder in Ethiopia in the 9th century. The goat herder noticed that his goats became more energetic after eating the berries of a certain plant, and tried them himself, discovering the stimulating effects of coffee. 2. The first known written record of coffee comes from the 15th century in Yemen, where it was used in religious ceremonies and as a medicine. 3. Coffee spread throughout the Middle East and North Africa, with the first coffee houses appearing in the 16th century. These coffee houses became popular gathering places for intellectuals and businessmen. 4. Coffee was initially banned in Europe in the 16th and 17th centuries by religious and political authorities who saw it as a threat to their power. However, it eventually became popular in Europe and the first coffee houses opened in the 17th century. 5. Coffee played a significant role in the American Revolution, with colonists boycotting British tea and instead drinking coffee as a symbol of their patriotism. 6. Brazil is currently the largest coffee producer in the world, accounting for around 40% of global coffee production. However, coffee originated in Ethiopia and is still an important part of Ethiopian culture. 7. There are two main species of coffee, Arabica and Robusta. Arabica is generally considered to be higher quality and more flavorful, while Robusta has a stronger, more bitter taste. 8. Decaffeinated coffee was invented in the early 20th century, but the decaffeination process wasn't perfected until the 1970s. 9. The world's most expensive coffee is called Kopi Luwak and is made from beans that have been eaten and excreted by a type of Indonesian civet cat. The beans are collected from the cat's feces, washed, and roasted. Despite its high price tag, the coffee has a unique flavor and is sought after by some coffee connoisseurs. 10. Coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world after oil, with over 25 million farmers in more than 60 countries growing coffee beans. 11. The coffee plant is actually a shrub or small tree that can grow up to 10 meters tall, but is usually kept trimmed to around 2 to 3 meters to make harvesting easier. 12. Coffee is a complex beverage that contains hundreds of different compounds, including caffeine, antioxidants, and polyphenols. These compounds can have various health benefits, including reducing the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. 13. The amount of caffeine in coffee varies depending on the type of coffee, how it's brewed, and how strong it is. A typical cup of coffee contains around 95 milligrams of caffeine, but some types of coffee, such as espresso, can contain much more. 14. The coffee industry has a significant impact on the environment, with deforestation, water pollution, and pesticide use all being major concerns. However, there are also sustainable coffee farming practices that aim to reduce these negative impacts. 15. Coffee can be brewed in a variety of ways, including drip coffee, espresso, French press, and pour-over. Each brewing method has its own unique flavor profile and requires different equipment and techniques. 16. In addition to being a popular beverage, coffee is also used in cooking and baking. It can be used to flavor desserts, marinades, and sauces, and is a common ingredient in tiramisu and other Italian desserts. 17. Some people are highly sensitive to the effects of caffeine and may experience side effects such as jitters, anxiety, and insomnia. However, for most people, moderate coffee consumption is safe and can even have health benefits. 18. Coffee is one of the most widely consumed beverages in the world. It is estimated that people consume over 2.25 billion cups of coffee every day. 19. The first coffee house in Europe opened in Venice, Italy in 1645. Coffee houses quickly became popular gathering places for intellectuals, artists, and politicians. 20. The world's most expensive coffee is called Kopi Luwak, which is made from beans that have been eaten and excreted by a civet cat. The coffee's unique flavor is said to be a result of the fermentation that occurs in the civet's digestive system. 21. Coffee beans are not actually beans, but rather the seeds of a fruit called a coffee cherry. The cherries are typically harvested by hand and then processed to remove the outer layers, leaving only the coffee beans. 22. Decaffeinated coffee is not completely caffeine-free. In fact, a typical cup of decaf coffee still contains around 2 to 5 milligrams of caffeine. 23. Coffee can be stored for a long time without going bad, but it can lose flavor over time. To keep coffee fresh, it's best to store it in an airtight container away from heat, light, and moisture. 24. In some cultures, coffee is served with a small piece of candy or chocolate as a palate cleanser. This is known as a coffee chaser or mignardise. 25. Coffee has been shown to have a number of health benefits, including improving cognitive function, reducing the risk of liver disease, and even extending lifespan in some cases. However, it's important to note that excessive coffee consumption can also have negative effects, such as raising blood pressure and causing insomnia.